There are a lot of issues, and I'll start with this lady, Camila Hassan. I think I'm following the activities on TikTok until Nigeria in the band, but I think that there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of misinformation there. Again, I also think that there's a lot of things people are saying that is not accurate.
Oh, okay.
Now, the lady was not in prison for threatening President Mahama.
Okay.
The lawyer spoke. Lawyer the one camera for KP. In fact, when you look at the reported things that are coming up, this is what the lawyer said. According to a lawyer, the convicted Camila on the count of offensive conduct. So the official reason why this lady was jailed 1 year is offensive conduct. There's nowhere where he said he was charged for what?
Insulting the
president or threatening the president. The other offense was a 2 count. Count 2 in the offensive conduct. Count 1, court can say we need jurisdiction to sit on the electronic communications as our offense. It falls under the 2008 Electronic Communications Act. And I know the from a district court you go to a circuit and a high court, maybe a high court to sit on that matter.
Okay.
And on a press release about say those who are jailing 1 year on count 1, court he is close to the duty to sit on such a count and charge it. Now that's it. Senior, for those who followed my politics for a long time, and then I was our view.
Okay.
I'm against people being jailed for speech. Where I draw the line is when people are threatened. Into me van question, me you just say to. O come here, my personal channel now Google Abronya. When Abronya was insulting the IGP and what he went through, I said it was wrong. If the IGP feels slighted by what Abronya, he should take the civil route and sue him for defamation. But when he threatened the judge, I drew a line and said that the state must prosecute him, because threat is different from just saying I'm preaching that's different. If you think I've defamed you, sue.
Okay, so what constituted the offensive conduct?
Yes, so the offensive conduct is a no kind 32 cows and it's no. But you see, threat of harm is different from offensive conduct. Meet me no waku. Meet me do at them. But offensive conduct. But me can't say me can also. See about what I say.
Okay.
So a man for a cancer, let's get the right. You can criticize the lady. I have no problem going to criticize her.
Okay.
But let's criticize her based on fact. She was convicted on offensive conduct, which is a misdemeanor. The maximum sentence is 3 years.
Okay.
The judge spoke and said that they appealed for the judge to let her go, but the judge said that social media.
So in the offensive conduct, a derogatory statement or the far president.
Yes.
And some more candidate president.
Yes. Yes. So bounce a man and say, yes, what there's nothing.
Now
that's it. The fact that I don't support the jail doesn't mean I endorse a behavior. When you want to even criticize people, you can make a distinction.
That's right.
Say enya bad say no so nye good say da hada eti enfo what time prechum analysis of statements na wakan. Look at the statement distinctively.
That's right.
And do the analysis. You may not like Eugene Osei-Tutu. But some because inflation current inflation says 5.something. So figure no enya time at the time it's be challenge figure fact. Yes. As an premier boy 95 na 16.63. So me can enya time in the best up sanity fact. So I don't know if you get it.
Yes.
So we can distinctively address issues without bringing in elements that are not factual. There's nowhere the lady was charged with threat of enya no correct.
No. Does she even have the capacity to even threaten the president?
You can make threatening statement, but I'm saying that the count on which she was convicted is offensive conduct.
Right.
There's nowhere where she was charged with threat. That's it.
Okay.
I don't endorse me. Time I me YouTube video. On the critical nature, me videos. I couldn't put some of them in my video.
Okay.
In all honesty. And then me say, when you're a young person, I'll be the last person to tell you not to criticize government. After all, what? We pay our taxes to them. Senior answer what to do. So abandon the CK BB and abandon the as a citizen of the country. Why will I be the one to stop you from criticizing? But I always use a word. And I learned it from Justice Nicodemus. If you want to criticize, 2 basic principles: you must be decorous, you must have candor. Decorous here, and you see, sebe. It means say president kwasia.
Debi. I'm a partner to you.
Exactly. And senior, one follow much the video maker. Omu posti President Mahama na President Kufuor Bamia pictures. I hear comments na say.
Okay.
In general, me posti ibi wo kojo pon kro my brother Jojanda true. Come on for just say kojo pon one na ke Jojanda mu ko troye. So ni Jojanda.
Yes. Former Jojanda.
Former MTN.
Yeah. Corporate.
Guinness. Yeah. Globe. Big corporate go call 4 years for true book.
Yeah.
Video ne da me Facebook say you say to come you to critical analysis and short and da ko kan.
Enu mu no kan say
politician e diagra, yes only jate diagra.
That's right.
Politician be no we interest. Only politician ya de na show ina ne use na hu bi use na hu ne use. That is the book Jojanda wrote and Kojo Ponkman read up. Senior gay me pay attention to story no. Man who demonstration for her. Man who free Camila. The creme de la creme lawyers of the NPP. I didn't see them going for her. In fact, do you know what was most sad? Apparently, when she was arrested, she was convicted on her own plea or pleaded guilty.
Yes.
And brother lawyers for any bomb who come. And also, obey changing the plea court and for that too, I disagree with the court. At any point in time of a trial, per what the lawyers are telling you, can change your plea. So I'm very surprised the Ghana police didn't afford the courtesies and hear the motion a lawyer filed to change their plea. So senior, but the bottom line of why I want to talk about this is that Yamabuno Sabe. Only my dear man real who gave you. Then I'm here video on YouTube, not many cratite. After the police for friend. Car will need you or mammy and son. It's in your band, maybe or no motor. You know what the time this is here. And I won't call in your band man was a saying the police were from a catch him so we yama cry. It's in your band one who motor to a court, no question, no a fool to no quack cry from a wutu. Now the senior back rat motor so from Kaswa cry to the man so the Madina cry senior. And I know wutu, maybe I made it in a wutu inside or cry. Comment as Anna man must me follow. Tia I'm so may pay in a damage to track a credit to you to Nedamaka credit. Senior, I mean, make us a cause of my emotion. So I don't agree with the judge that she should be jailed. But the judge says something that to serve as a precedent. You see?
And yes, no.
But they be an mekasa ye hoko. Share my example. Dennis Racco. Everybody who knows me knows that Dennis is someone I relate to on a lot of things.
Okay.
But me dey when I'm analyzing people, I will be bejana ye casting go say ah you ji what any pana maintain pano. Chairman want to meet studio ah. Ona na kojo jantoa. No more election data. Oye mistake be correcting no we anymore. Oye sika de mame. Oni ye raba na hene ne bae. It me bejana ka want to me as maintain want to me. But as a journalist, they be ameka my fidelity is to the truth. It's not to relationships. The relationship that get me drown. It was about reading or communication. Me na ya juma I ask me here present mama data you know they send me. Your friendship about some mama make me. Some me just say mama make then what's my journalist? And I'm a journalist.
Yeah.
What I say?
Yeah.
What point na me? So I come back to her. Dennis Miracle there no. On a Tuesday, yet me ma see you for say. But I won't say omo wie no mo ko he. That's one question. The second question is that Ghana na purposefully record any no. Muyi papa muyi ba unu scan here the share nsa no. Say 100 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
Kwasi bo twe ba no. So hu ne car no picture na e ba na nsa be gum. Okay. To man no mawie. Obi su ka say e be ma na 150 cedis na the akudi banku. See videos in on TikTok.
Yes.
Sisi nya buza won say oje 150 ni say nipa no okwen. Obo na nyame amoa na car bi twifa so na wu ya. Me na madum no to metima som. Everybody so is in my.
Okay.
Omo ebusua kra be den hu achi abrante ya na o hyese be tu ye bisa se bibi be ye again mani o ka sa demonstration obi ani abom wo.
Yes.
The purpose me na ko mani na wu a o we
let my vote count for no gen.
Yes o we so de bia me gira me ka cho se wo yu fu no pe bibi ye he be follow with test ko ni ade ba ade bi wo ho na wo koye na yowo ne nkwanta ene ade a na wo kasem ya fo bi hu a you can criticize criticize president Mahama on many things I disagree with them. Galam say onya ade me nyina ankan.
Yeah.
But me to me say president kwasia.
Dabi.
Me to me chantro deliberately lie on the president. That's why we do the task clean. So everything we are saying is based on documented fact. Do that. But Mr. I'm a politician, be a man 100 city 200 and Kuramians. And ya bema oba. Yes, yes, 1 year, technically 9 months. Senior, say 1 day cry, umano. Look at the state you put your case through. Ghana, how only criminal record cry? Where criminal conviction? Only criminal record cry now, there do masam. Now what criminal record? It's anything to you. I don't support this, and it's based on see. Abronye, won't you show me? I mean, me but me, I always analyze things and put feelings aside.
That's all.
He's not my favorite person.
Yeah.
But what was meted that is wrong, and that is what I always want young people to do. You can dislike somebody, but when the person is going through something that is wrong, you tell them. Like you did to Dennis Miracle.
Right.
You don't arrest somebody on a Saturday, and the only time he sees the lawyer is Monday, as at 2 p.m. It's not right. You don't need to like Dennis Miracle to criticize that because every Ghana police check Caleb Kuda. So okay. No more testing Caleb Kuda through the phone to Abubedu nearly to kidnap her.
Yes.
When they did that silly thing, some of us stood on Facebook and criticized it. And be a support to you. And say, and as I'm going to support and now no more complaining. That's why I always say, when we are criticizing state agencies and you want them to do the right thing, support us because they have power now.
That's right. That's right.
Power is transient. And then I want 2 million agents say power. Mr. James, I'm a more example. Arithmetic mistake, NPP, they were the PROs for GEC. Because advancements are not Kodia. Musano. I said, you can see you must be meaning to me because of a blikuma. Because he's a catch up say, but Tony Akamuno, let them see him go to Nina. That is why I say that. Let's get state agencies to work. Devoid of our political religious extractions.
Yes.
Because some way you who opposition be benefit to. And then yetimichi will be not almost 48 without a legal counsel. Is it right? Right. Some I've criticized the comment in our can, but I check girl. That's at the time I taking the plea based on calls I've made, and the Ghana police has not denied it. The girl that they have legal counsel. Is it fair? There's a reason why say they say that keep quiet. There's a reason why they read your Miranda right to you. There's a reason why a lawyer must be by your side. That doesn't mean I endorse the Munu no can. For me, you do say to make Hassan some nature president, mama. So I won't endorse it.
Sure, right.
And right, but look at the processes she's going through. Is it fair? Is it fair? Because you see, you can't hear it. Oh, NPP did Angelina. NDC now that. And the history of the Fourth Republican dispensation has proven it. 2016, then I go Kruma. President Kufuor NDC at Tozium. President Kufuor himself started on campaign.
Yes.
After 8 years, they launched the biggest comeback in the Fourth Republican dispensation.
Sure.
So it tells you that power and politics, power especially, is transient. And when you are dealing with people, when you have power, you must be careful, especially when you are vulnerable.
That's right.
I won't put the phone name, when 24 hours. Young performance on my conjibro, 80 weeks. It's reason and say,
it's a Tianyape.
It's a Tianyape. It would TV so can be for penny be who any BBA. They be me when I started this journalism. I've never been queried, I've never been sued for anything. As some no mean to me can a subject because my subjective view. A fact. Yeah, you feel to your home for.
Yeah.
And senior, I don't know whether I follow TikTok. You see, even the profanity. Now say me ko hu ade bi yesi abranti bo no call life e ma ba say do mro mo hu a no send you muska. Yeah, TikTok no are the custom session one. Enya for you no custom session.
Yeah.
The other countries dey social media. Look at how they are leveraging social media to better their lives. They've used social media to change their lives.
Yeah. In a positive way. And then yet me friends will give you near traffic light amano. Any idea. Politicians are doing it. You don't know what trap game. Yeni yana kufubi kodi campaign to Kumase Ashanti Media car echo the new movie. Politics na udi chende obi atem super pen then na wonya. O me die ni nukra nyesa. One president Mahama and president vice president Bamiya meet. Look at the bromance and camaraderie between them.
Bray said look at Julia Justice Kodiamo Kono. Look at the bromance and the camaraderie between them. But here for more for the antiba for no.
Now when you say the Anna have a partner say, yeah, as you say, you know, we had the opposite side, you know, the can say. Abayes said the Oka say transient.
Table tense.
Abayes is son, as a son. Is it we some who say, Sasa Mokano, yeah, no much say. Do they manipulate the court system?
No, it has become a vicious cycle and our politics is vindictive. It's a question what the Indian question about will be kind of Jenna make us say we need to make so threaten President Jane President Mahama. I will never stand here and say something for her. That's what I'm saying, that distinction. Now me view I want for them at but I've been consistent for the last I went on social media in 2009. Just enough in me come senior high school.
Wow.
I come 2013. Me 4 years in SHS. So me when I take principal position, it's based on free speech there. Media me dream say if you think someone at me, you go say to me, I can't say me brave. And no be say NDC am me Prado. Me Michi Prado.
No, on can call and can way.
The Ude me ba. Ude basic me no Michi Prado.
David.
Michi Prado da. But also waka. To me less am feeling some issue. You take a civil route. That's one of the solutions. If you feel slighted by anybody's insulting, you take a civil route. Recently, Nyama Ponis are making video mukume. I think I appeal the bad this.
Yes.
You take a civil route. Then also, I employ even media. We are part of. Sometimes we also give our platform to people to spew these things.
Sure.
So it's a collective thing that we all must address, and the political parties of fund it. Who say the boundary communication means if we be organized FLAC, FLAK, it's funded. Political parties fund. We've seen people are. NDC NPP omuke kan say me say if I perform now so was one way my leg bas intelligence screenshot omo labor they today they are in political offices so it cuts across the political divide but the make can say eyi beye kremu beye Christ beye kwaku beye bibi ensi kwa eyi ama beye bibi besi nti wi ase no unama no ya de we ni amprochu me yo be fa ne ho adi no ebia untimi mfa ho.
That's right.
That's what I say. And everywhere, it's like multimedia. There are certain things because of my longevity here, 6 years. There may be certain privileges I will get that someone who came 1 month will not get. It's just normal how our life is. So I make us say, Obinya bail. Yeah, who tonto. Obi so nya be 25 so kufi. Until we ask no, bibia, especially when the politicians have cognizance of the fact that they look out for their interest first.
That's right.
Before you.
That's
so
right.
Therefore, any action you will take for a politician, think carefully about it as a young person. Because when you careful about the time when you penny, na sa baggage na wo de agu achi na no na be prevent.
No, say we was a political talk.
Na be any political talk.
It was a political talk.
Yo, maybe no. Now that's my first one. The second story is about this. President Mama who no cancel about the third term.
Right.
I know that people have gone to the Supreme Court seeking interpretation of the clause that governs the tenure of the president. If you ask my personal view, I thought that it was clear. Now me, I've read it over separate times. It's exactly what it says. But if you want to ask the Supreme Court, that is their business. But I know that the people of Ghana gave me one additional term, and I'm going to work to meet the trust they put in me. See, so you can crunch it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can crunch a course President Mama Crow, but 2020 any
Yeah, no correct.
Okay, I can crunch an answer Supreme Court President Mama
2018. First time 2018.
Okay, so no answer course President Mama Court me. See, and here I'll be blunt to the president. Share when you're a president, a man for perform fooling because of Sika, you'll be D favors and throw. How can at one breath or quiet at another breath of Kuba
now this all twice the NDC 2018 and 2022
me Supreme Court to cross our case come to watching it. See, you don't need to be a lawyer to understand provisions of the Constitution. I don't know. Me trust our bit. I don't know. You don't need to be a lawyer with the greatest of respect to understand provisions of the Constitution. Article 60. I don't know why it didn't come in. Let me read it. No, I get it for you. Don't worry. You don't need to be a lawyer to know the provisions.
Article 60.
Article 60. Yes, I think it's Article 60. Let me just get it for you. You don't need to be a lawyer to understand these things. Almost soon President Mama Fidi. Na head woman Fidi na you know. Even in the cathedrals of Democrats, America, they are not contemplating. Trump is in the same scenario as President Mama.
Even in the cathedrals of democracy, they are not contemplating these things. And President Mama should avoid the temptation. Yeah, Article 66. Or say, a person elected as president shall, subject to clause 3 of this article, hold office for a term of 4 years, beginning from the date on which he is sworn as president. A person shall not be elected to hold office as president of Ghana for more than 2 terms. Do you need to be a lawyer to interpret this?
No.
But well, Article 132 is also clear when it comes to original interpretation and the interpretation of the Constitution and the original jurisdiction of the courts. It's the Supreme Court, yes. But the reason is that we all know what this man suffered in Mahama 1. And they be a say, me, Fourth Republic, if there's a president who has an opportune time to correct many of the ills of our democracy, it's President Mahama. You don't need Supreme Court to tell you what to do, President. And I like the tone of the message. Ghanaians give you your final term.
That's right.
Don't let anybody. The Fifi Kwete speech no can. He knew why he was saying that. The history of the PNDC, the history of the dark days. Let's not go there with these sycophantic and bootlicking comments. And I'm quoting Fifi Kwete.
Yeah.
Let's not go there. We won't blame this in Fifi Kwete. If can contribute to NDC So those bootlicking sycophantic comments, it's a funny comment. And President Mama should avoid the temptation where people are drawing him there. He should focus, deliver his mandate. No your uncle. Because we so third term agenda.
Yeah.
Let's have Ghana is all we have. A peaceful Ghana is all we have. As a people, then kind of crunching. You what kinds of statement? Do you need a professor to explain this thing to you?
Explicit.
It's explicit. Or say a person shall not be elected to hold office for more than 2 terms. What is ambiguous about this? What is ambiguous with the greatest of respect? And the president himself said that it's clear. So the Supreme Court should be guided. There shouldn't be any attempt to give third term to anybody. And the president should be guided. You are a student official. Okay, can grant it there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Mama can go for another term. All of a sudden, we are president.
Because he has fallen out of the party.
Okay.
With NPP.
Me, I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to make assumptions for him. But I'm saying that you say to based on my reading of Article 66(2). There's no ambiguity anywhere. And I'm guided by colossus of professors, including a constitutional law professor, Professor H. Kwesi Prempeh. There's no ambiguity anywhere in that article. And the president agrees with me. So let's stay there. Now he made mention of reshuffle. Mekura de ache. And we bizarre na mabu minister bizarre reshuffle. Now me body is reshuffle ma. Minister don't me. Why is it that as a way see ya mentia see you as you stress up the we na me kase ma shafu minister bia e no boni am what la
enka governance
e do employment minister then no ba why ka kire me Ignacio ba fo wa tana ha papa nso about the same to onye then why some minister of state or public enterprise then no ba why can me change papa no so ba then why ka kire me Catch me. Nti ye bom this president show mo ho asem nka. Sika na editu omuka o. Sika na editu omuka. Wa wo hu ni atori njo na ne deputy ya. O manya kudu ka se reshuffle. O manya kudu ka se reshuffle. O hwe okubeto de wo ye ya. O be ka se reshuffle. Greater Accra Regional Minister, but give me one reason that the woman should be in office. President Mama na ko born the London. O kasa bia o ti be free party na. Muzi on krofo bu o mo fa bi ma.
Yes.
Ne e won so pegu ono no asan hwete no. Sa no te. O hwete ade no. O he bota regional minister, Ashanti do mo ho keka, isi regional minister mo ho keka. Na the compare Greater Accra Regional Minister. Wa eto aso. Yan kan ko nchire nipa.
O ende flood na no simple na nkrairi.
Ministers be nyade. Papa achedodo. This is your legacy term. Now, the second thing I'll do for you this week. This man has been trending. Nah, it's in 2 folds. I don't know some more time.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Now, some filing the Supreme Court has ruled a final closing statement when it comes to cases are not obligatory.
Okay.
Are not mandatory, sorry, it's obligatory. And so Mukoji extension in the summer boy case in the 14th court and the final ruling about 20th. But lawyer someone attached decided to do something. Or court in 50 pages. I certainly cannot take you through the 50 pages, but I have the document on the sheriff. So, the conclusion is or say case and my many transfer Uncle Supreme Court, Uncle interpretation of certain articles. Want to me was charged based on the Minerals and Mining Act. There were two versions of that. 2006, AS 703. And at 2019, a Brian Banner Ganam saying a Beji, Hinya Power Ghana. Yakoya amendments in the Act 995. But what I say, so there are two. Someone attached is saying that based on the counts, the 6 counts, the 4 to 6. Based on section 14(1) of the Minerals and Other Offences at 2006, a vague. Some provision too vague, overbroad, and inconsistent to the letter and spirit of the said article and therefore unconstitutional. Or some say section 92 of the Sales Minerals and Mining Act, and also a vague or here proper interpretation. I'm say so we'll go through the Constitution. Article 132 is clear that when it comes to original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, let me read for your say. Subject to the jurisdiction of the High Court in enforcement of the fundamental human rights and freedoms as provided in Article 30 of this Constitution, the Supreme Court shall have the exclusive original jurisdiction in A, all matters relating to enforcement or interpretation of this Constitution. It's High Court in a transfer, so say, some interpretation, I can't seek it from you. So therefore, 20th now, that's what the judgment by the Master Supreme Court answer. So people say, and the appeal could be certain because there's something you approve something to you. Or say all matters arises to whether an enactment was made in excess of powers conferred on Parliament or any other authority or person by law under this article, under this Constitution. So just say the burden of 703 and 995, which is laws emanating from Parliament, say any Constitution in be bra yanko Supreme Court chichiri. Now 1910 quote here say no 1911 no person shall be convicted of a criminal offence unless defined and the penalty for it prescribed in the written law. Say the quote be offence na see define it. Na say ni nipa na be punish say mra ne tro sa ade no. Say mra ne tro sa ade na convict nipa na and I will so that's basically what I'm saying. Now, the 14(1) is this. Let me read the 14(1) for you. This is the for say a mineral right shall not in whole or in part be transferred or assigned, mortgaged or otherwise encumbered or dealt in a manner without the prior approval in writing of the minister, which approval shall not be unreasonably withheld or given subject to unreasonable conditions. Now, today, some of our cases say want to do a legal concession. And a legal concession in Grofobi Koye Galamse was only a coche. And almost a wound to mean a summa almost on this age man.
Sure.
Wound to mean so case and it's a debit menkasa, make some quiet reclamation.
Yes.
Now, if I want to me, may corporate good governance and as a good corporate citizen. Metro letter, a command Western regional minister, another documents and regimes I say. Grofobi Comasas, so to work say for now Western in Mwami. And then I make a secret Galamse. And the child on the one and say. Emrane see 2006 Minerals and Mining Act say so when they will concession ma obi so only dwuma bi se ni nyina say part keto bi kwa na ade man so obo minister man ye
sure.
Now in the testimonies a court no there's no evidence of whom to me informing the minister that they giving the concession to anybody to do what land reclamation activities. It's only the offense we born. I don't attach here say already 14(1) now. Is too vague, overbroad, and inconsistent with Article 1911 because there's no punishment ascribed to the 14(1).
Okay.
What I say?
Sure.
Now, because we no say 92B, no, 99(2), no, 99(2). This is the 703. As at 2006, that Galam said then was identity or say a person who without a license granted by the minister undertakes a small-scale mining operation contrary to Section 1 or act in contravention of the provision of this act in respect of which an offence has not been specified, commits an offence and is liable on summary conviction of a minimum fine of 1,000 penalty units or to imprisonment for a term not more than 3 years. and that's at 2006 no so now we miss our money way only was at komu obi ebra mo minister mane okoye galamsey na akoye man na mo minister mane only license ya dia na okoje 3 years.
That's right.
Now President Akufo-Addo buy na sata na someone attach was a member of parliament na Andy Apia Kubi was a member of parliament and omo kan say yemia mranim. And listen, when they amended it and the amendment came in 2019 at 995. This is what they said. Now listen, the same 92B.
Okay.
Look at the tone now. A person who acts, instigates, commands, counsel, procures, solicits, or in any manner purposely aids, facilitates of a provision of this act. It will share the 2019, the tone,
yes,
the language, the wording, the phrase, and what you do, act, instigate, command, counsel, procures, solicit, or in any manner purposely aids, facilitate, encourages. That's
right.
Or promote any act from your advert here. Promote any act in contravention of a provision of this act in respect of which a penalty has not been specified, or any the prison term from 3 years a minimum of 15 years and 25 years.
Wow.
Or say commit an offense and is liable on a summary conviction of a fine not more than 10,000 penalty units and not more than 15,000 penalty units, and to a term of imprisonment of not less than 15 years and not more than 25 years. So from 3 years and the NPP, they felt that because Galamsey baby economy pay 50 years minimum, 25 years maximum. Some Atigya say a vague, overbroad and inconsistent. But you see, this matter just didn't come. Abraham Yapia could be transferred. Also, I'm going to file a submission of no case.
Yes.
I'll file a submission of no case, and Yapia could raise the same issues. And the High Court just sitting on the matter says something in this. And I'm going to conclude or say, these elements relate to only count 4, 5, 6 on the offense of purposely abetting an unlicensed mining activity contrary to sections 99(2)(b) of the Minerals and Other Offences Act as amended by section 3 of the Minerals and Mining Act 2019. Or say as above, PW2's reclamation exercise constitutes a contravention of section 59 of the Act of 703. Act 703, however, this is the judge speaking, prescribes no penalty for a failure by a person to register or obtain a license or concession before providing a mine support services to a mineral right holder. Therefore, PW2's reclamation exercise satisfies this essential element of the offense under section 99(2)(b) of Act 703 as amended. What you say? Judge ne kase do say adene adiabo wuntu no. It's Yamra 14.1. It's Yamra section 59. Yana offenses specifically for that. But over 99(2)(b) now, because of the broad nature of that act, the offenses defined, the punishment ascribed under 99(2)(b) suffices for 14.1 and 59.
That's right.
I don't know if you get it. So I can say, Yabo Kwelu on section 14.1. Yabo Kwelu on section 59. What's a penalty be anyhow? But already 99(2)(b) now, the wording and how it was amended, caters for the punishment under 14.1 and 59. What I say? And again, the 99 says that, listen, 99(2)(b) no say any person who without a license granted by the minister undertakes a mining operation. License.
Okay.
A registered company. 2. Acts, instigate, commands, counsel, procures, solicit, or in any manner purposely aids, facilitate. And none of that's as I want to be. It's a judge in the High Court submission of no case ruling in Kase. Sasama and the appear could be Kase. Penalties in new for offenses that they are going to. Therefore, as the Constitution says in Article 1911, say the punishment will be that's how offense you define a penalty new in jailing or net and because 99(2)(b) prescribed punishment, which is not less than 15 years. That's right. And not more than 25 years.
Yeah.
What's that? I think come on and come on.
That's right.
And High Court.
That's
but they say they want to go to the Supreme Court. After what the court will rule, subsequently the matter will be brought to bear. Now my fourth and final submission is on the NPP. There be a Midraha Eja Akokwa Mimisa. Now me can say me the NPP am better, you know. You see, I followed our politics for 20 years. I was roughly around 12 years. I was around 10-12 years.
Okay.
I lived in Koforidua for almost 20 years before I moved to Kumasi in 2014. So my best school. Now, me, you know, now me MP, Honorable Yaubema, Minister for Works and Housing, Kofo. Ditidina me bonu. Udu Koforidua if that's a traffic light, no. Ganas, first rako Ganas, so far how intravenous infusion aquadum, first street a ukuduma pop, baby Dr. Kama, Kama group Michael Ado, Mikado, Kama group Frina.
Okay.
That's at the MP, no. Honorable Mark Esimeya Boa.
Yeah.
Na koku apem no of Ukraine krakan ba community school walate. Na lawyer boaf. Hwebema no. Ene emu ahojo. Nti obia keka ne ope obia ye ne ope.
Yes.
Fortunately, kofo we nwuye. In fact, honorable Hakon no usu agima nkra de. Warise ya me kai rally bi akofo da jase bakochi ame. It's not me people and I'm for say me Cameroon people. I grew up in that environment.
That's right.
So understand the NPP politics. Or Chiame. Whereas I the chairman of the Council of Elders. Now, senior, me dream says uncle for the Somo Casa. Then the see Sunday, me was sorry I'm a quano pack, me come in the 10.
Okay.
I'm not me who breaking news in my point. Me but still you can be a video. So I have a Sunday video on the Chris Canal YouTube. Me try video no me came. And yes, ya bra branti katache free for mensa then the tututu ni ade ni unim ne kosi eti ye analysis na ana me ko hu let be we na nanka we na yempi wo oba fefi friend me visit cancel ne papa ni and then you meet crowns on your council of patrons if you just east wo if na nan cancel bodo e bodana e bodi ana apagya yimu na nan so ni general secretary na katache no mo bro no so me yes andom se ya moro no information me say ya bro okay the be omi deny me no ana papa nso kodua ono CEO of the party a general secretary no ba akokra me fi atwe ne timu now Sunday me analysis no and obi dey let away Sunday me na senior me dey bia me kase before I go after anybody I make sure I have the fact yen kind statement ni or say this is the 6th of July 2 clear days before day near 2 and na ben
and the 18th.
And the 18th. Not the 11th. So that's like 5 clear days. Yeah, to about Sunday, 19th. It's almost 12th. It's 6 clear days. Or say, I write where you're from MPP steering committee. Martin is MPP steering committee na day-to-day administration.
That's it.
And I'm trying to letter to the Ashanti regional steering committee. Martin is a chairman. I want to mean a
sure.
Because national steering committee na you rabuti. Who's your renting modo don't you rabuti na wo. And I say, I write to communicate the decision of the National Steering Committee of the party taken at its meeting held on Monday, 6 July 2026 regarding the conduct of constituency executive elections in the Fija Century East and Asante Central. The National Steering Committee was duly informed. Listen to the tone. Where people letter?
Okay.
Mincha letter which refer. Menya printing press or say the National Steering Committee was duly informed that the party has been served with the orders of interim injunction and subsequent motions or notice issued by court or competent jurisdiction restraining the party from proceeding with the conduct and supervision of constituency executive elections in the Fija Century East and Asante Central constituencies pending the determination of the respective applications or until otherwise ordered by the respective court. As a law-abiding political party that upholds the rule of law, the party is bound to comply fully with the terms of the said court orders whilst taking the necessary legal steps through its lawyers to challenge the orders and seek to have them set aside. Accordingly, the National Steering Committee hereby directs with immediate effect all activities relating to the conduct of the constituency executive elections in the Fija Century East and Asante Central Council be suspended until further notice in compliance with the orders of the respective party. Senior, we should go to NPP can you mami ansa wa ha. Ya bebo ya mane. The nim say Kofubia court akwaje court sermons say constituencies me anyway yan to aba wo ho.
Yes.
2 ya plant ya de 2 ye ho say rule of law can be mama nka bi ya kra na ehie mu kena.
Yep.
ye bumra so.
That's right.
Enti therefore mama nkoto aba. Enti wo regional steering committee me bo mama ne say aha de ye nto aba.
No go area.
Senior dey le kosi ye koto aba. Ye to aba na penche ma then the CEO of the party Pondia goes to Facebook and makes a very clear statement. In fact, time checks. I say we see Sunday no. Our figure search East no. Monday no making post no.
Okay.
Mami Yinima or say out of the 276 constituencies, election was successfully and peacefully conducted in 245 constituencies, representing 88.7% success rate. The remaining constituencies are as follows. 23 constituencies had the election put on hold due to various disputes. 4 constituencies could not hold the election because of last minute changes. Mingo Pram, Achimampunya, or Boasso West, Trubo. Yanyama Tantanya Yano Biji Muntino. Of the 4 constituencies that could not hold the election, you mutu.
Yes.
Or Boasso West, Trubo. I'll give you a picture. Now, the 3 says that the National Steering Committee will review, meaning that in future you can realize a futuristic review election activities in the following constituencies. If that's is Adansia Soka, Bantama, Asante Center. In fact, open leadership paralysis. This statement alone tells you about the leadership of NPP in Ashanti region. Listen, but see, the National Steering Committee will review election activities in the following constituencies. If that's is Ashanti region, Adansia Soka, Ashanti region, Bantama, Ashanti region, Asante Center, Ashanti region. In fact, of the outstanding about 27 constituencies, no, Tafo Yantuaba. Swame Yantuaba, Kwadaso Yantuaba, Manson Kwanta Yantuaba. Why? Why? From 2016. Why is it that anytime Ashanti be there, NPP Ashanti be there? So before I even continue the analysis, this alone is an indictment on the leaders of the party in the region.
Headed by the chairman, Chemawuntumi.
Now listen, so the party steering committee says that we will take a decision in future. Ya betia me dem ho na me hu sasase ya posti. We ya ba ayi. Ba enemy production dey start. We ya bantama dey. Ya te chema won to ko fija sekere. In fact, KTM on crack kan as a person so pictures on so akwada nse so kwa wakoye bi.
Okay.
Enu akra dey na dey na nansan so dey konongo. Ti ya to say baby ya party ni ka so me take decision na yewura. Akoye so wi ni no ho.
Serious.
Ana party ni dey let buy. In fact, before akoye konongo no. It was shock on go that's delegate and I said and let an abadom cast ya only 3 constituencies.
Okay.
And Dansia Sokwa, Bantama Fija Secretary East. Can the chairman chair so? The next day Okokonongo Sanko yes we Now when you look at the sequence of events, now Obi blame to me. Sometimes there's recently a gentleman came here and said, I didn't answer the wound to me. The town to me.
Oh, I said my cano.
There be you know say to men I'm a catch on question. Me me try people letters and I'm compatible na echo. Asema ma catch the way. Me show documented fact. Me na me say the kutupa na answer dey. Me the futufo.
Okay.
Now listen to the thing carefully. And then e ko buy what na encancer your boy for interview no one unua pani kwam critics. In 15 minutes e YouTube ko hebi. Insem and chairman buttons on to never man sing be on also do FM.
That's right.
It's not a cancer, you're a hackman, also Ajima, we are Bemum, and maybe studio ya breaking news ever. The Sun for concern, Nana and cancer board, the NPP are suspended. One revoking appointment, say, chairman of
the steering committee.
Yeah, there's the letter.
Wow.
Or say, I bring you one greetings from the National Steering Committee. I write on the authority of the National Steering Committee to revoke your appointment as the chairman of the patrons for Fija Secretary East. Kona nanso de omo ye mema omo mra ho e
that's right.
Ana bute zonso nya be man so bia so di fie ma ba mi na di fie ma wo de ma ba mi wan fa ma party no me ba buku mu fiske bia mra me ma be keka ne opa kire me asema me kan na ya dia tape wo ko ketka na le channel be YouTube videos and evidence now tina me kan panifo mrem he aya ye kan amanfo dwen say oh we NDC ni ebia so bisa mama me Prado she right no ba me nim no oba onko park o se bia ba park me Prado o MP tema na se ni nketia mo de ni buom no omo issue council of elders no
yes
what be o se ni nketia kasa baby see na de me busa kan kure what be o se Julius akwa work baby nkrofu we ya
din
nkrofu we ya and see this is not one event me kan we a small boy o ba da ben for your wine NPP asem kan komo no omu di atama 2020 to 2020 everything we said in Ashanti region came to pass 76 72 65 go look at the election results everything we said is because they don't respect the leader we all know the issues between Kodi and Wuntu unless you want to I started bre on youth organizer no ko pejina se ko di Jombo Dwechi or come as 15 chairman the only chairman who stood as our chairman Kutin Central Region Wewu.
That's right.
In him high history no to the point class one chairman batcham pana eba public and also I'm going to go as common. All these things are things that they must sit down honestly because and stop blaming people. Sure, media na we do what we sell. In share from now utie no over studio light best 30 esiso transmit esiso operation adwuma na oye no enye free ye tua me ka.
That's right.
You know say tutu ye tua me ka si ya ma ha no pa e me to bro ye be cancel ye journalist
ye be kasa
and ye be cancel me beton as a Ghana Premier League adan na mo ye foreign league Ghana Premier League no mo ye ni o to ye beto ma foreign league bit me na time be nsra mo nye mo advert ma me eno na ye beji because station nsu go wo there for ya beka o mo na mpratwum ni ka papa bia na na sha tatete a wo so beka wo tia wa no de den dia kasa nyina wo nka pre wo beka so therefore we kin na asama na aba senior we kin asama na aba
eno ade ebobo so ya
asama na ba me ka ho asem nti so onko ka na me kasa see I don't know why they think like that and because they think like that they are not able to solve the issues in their party.
Yes. So to be for
we me koka dey. Like NDC we dey see ya me koka catch them. NDC we dey na see week ya me koka. What time radio so granting interviews bia na e ka mo se ada na e ka me koka dey. Ya na fro sa ko interview no. Me na me phone ko share wonsa. Menam kata chema unji mi se ko kan no ko kan na menam kata chema mute so nko do FM Gov TV enko kan no kan menam kata na nan kansa bo na ebo mo ne ebo da ne apadi emu sa won ganti sa interview jugu menam ni so ato me ba ka makufu menam ni so wa contract wa edmo munzu adeka menam kra menim se party bebe ba me ba ko tra ono de ma menim wona mo be ka kire yen enti na bia me ka se asam na wo ka kire wo mo ye election me kan wa in September time mo ka fa mo flag bearer ho na yere mo tan mo ka fa kan Japan ho NDC for record di nyina mo tensions no man na mo ko foba te mo ko foba na ye remind ma don't try and hoodwink and blackmail and do some hallucination analysis ya no and then tiki obi bi ya journalist bi ba ya mo ye beka
ya mo ya na
ya meka ya wo ya na nti wo ye interview mu se you jimba pick video na ya ho analysis ye beka mon kama nuntu na mo kasa dodo a party leader speaks me say Kodia I want for here I have my issues with Kodia
okay
but only piece of na ya kese o say oh me kra na me take decision we ya enye yi into ministerial committee ni be kasa ba obi feel say me wiska
yes
I'm influential me ntie me opa say ti me makoye so ni ade a wi enye bi any policy call de be ma hunti sabe bi se wontu mu ha mechi ar me respect no after all penny 50 years na me design bra wa bo mi mo bi but I so to me hwe no nim ka no kwaja papa wa anya ade e no na make you ni papa me madam fo no na ntimi hwe manim nka kire me say you jade a wo ye nye na de dia famfulu na de nkrofo ko wo mu
na nyankoda
na de nkrofo ko se yi mu no o hena mi nya kokudro ba radio so be keka nsam na o keka ye no eno no de won che journalist no report asam o hena be ka na e problem
na wo afu no
na me kwa me kuma fra me no o ka so onye interview na ka metin sam o be kan se wa ka kire me ese won sama Kenya waka kire me ese sama Kenya ta chema bute banyina one na twempena waka kire me ana man fo ko fa bute floor ba foforo no so ko so ge ni mu nyina ade aba mo na mo ko fa bai me yagba o Los FM ma fa won to me interview ti me na me ka kire bia me yam sane caution to the NDC mo he nsema mo kan eno na e be report e dia mamo aso kim enough senior
okay well Eugene Namotene Kano